When I start the shading process, I usually start with HB. This is my base. This is the first layer. And you want to hold the pencil like this on the side and not like this. So you want to shade with the side of the tip and you want it to be even and smooth. And this is the way to do it. So I usually start with HB. You could go with 2B, but sometimes I find that it's too dark. And I have been told by people that I need to push my values more. But when I do, I usually overdo it, so that's something I gotta work on, I guess. So I'm adding a little bit more pressure on the neck because of the shadows. And when I'm done with the shadows, I lighten the pressure. So let's start shading his hair. For this I'm gonna use 8B because the hair has the darkest values. Let me just grab a piece of paper quick so I don't smear the graphite. That's better. And you should always try to keep the pencil tip sharp because the paper has something called a tooth, and this is what holds on to the graphite. Or if you're using colored pencils, the tooth is what holds on to it. So if you want it to be nice and even and avoid white spots, keep your pencil tip sharp. And the reference photo I am drawing from shows that he has curly hair, and that's why I don't want it completely dark, because I want a bit of texture, and the texture will suggest curly hair. Moving on with 6B. I'm going to use this for the eyebrows because I find that it's not as dark as the hair, so I want it to be a little bit lighter. And maybe a little bit on the eyes and the nostrils. And we are going back to the neck for the darker shadows. Circular motion. Let's grab the 2B pencil. I'm going to use this for the values that I find are darker than the HB, but still not as dark as 4B and 6B. So this is where I generally like to use 2B. 7B. I'm going to use this for the hair. Again, you're probably asking, why aren't you just using 8B? Well, in terms of values, they are so close together, so it doesn't really matter. HB. You know the drill. Start with HB for the base, all over the face. If I see highlights, I will apply a lighter pressure, or I will just skip it, because then you will get a nice contrast. And if you get a nice contrast, you will have a good drawing. Again, 8B for the darkest values. I'm gonna start with her pupils. And with the 6B, I'm gonna darken the iris. Let's grab 4B. I'm gonna use this for the lips because she's wearing a lot of lipstick. And we will avoid the highlights on the lower lip. Let's grab the 2B pencil for the areas that need a bit of darkening, especially under the eyes and some eyelashes. Be light-handed with the pencil, keep it smooth. Very nice and smooth. She's got some shadows on the neck, so I'm gonna apply some more pressure. For the darkest shadows, I'm gonna use 6B. And it's okay to add a bit of pressure, really get into the tooth of the paper. Back again with 8B, but this time I'm gonna use an extender. So instead of throwing away your pencil because it's too short to hold, buy yourself an extender and you can actually use the whole pencil. This is the best.